This is Hannah's Island. It's the island where I used to live with my mom and my dad in a little apartment. That's me and my big brother. We used to live right by the Danube, and when I was 1, I decided to take a swim in the middle of January and I froze. Then there is a little story. My brother threw a couple years later seaweed on my head, and all I said to him was, "You ass." We also used to have 2 cats in that apartment. Kata, he lost an eye and a leg at some point, and Shishi. The island is relatively empty, but there were many people coming, like my aunt Margit, the aunt Sigi and her 2 kids, my grandma, who used to tell me these flowers, and my other aunt Ingrid. When I was a little older, we moved to the forest. My parents built a house there and then they included it here. And these are some pictures of me growing up, my cousin and me, my other cousin and me, just as a memory. And this is my island with a sunrise and the shape of a female body laying on its side. This is my second island. The people that were traveling towards my island got little houses because they visited quite often, so they deserve a place of their own. You can also see on the top of the hill the house my parents built in the forest. This is me doing trampolining. I used to love it. I did it for over 10 years and I loved the people, not so much the sport. I also used to do rock climbing, and I went to ballet school for a couple of years. And then I went to a couple of schools, and I used to have a bunch of friends, but they were not real friends, so they don't deserve a permanent place on the island. And they disappeared after my school life. I also included pictures of very significant trips towards in that period. This was a trip with my cousins again and my aunt Margit to Disneyland Paris. Then a couple of years later we went to Florida, also to amusement parks. It was great fun. It was my first overseas trip. I also included a pop-out description of all the little symbols and houses on that page. Now to my third island. You can see that the first island barely changed. There are little extra houses of friends of mine in the background. The tree on Mikey's island represents the tree Mikey used to pee on, and it only was able to grow after he died, and it's still there. The third island is in the shape of my current dog. It has an art museum and a airport tower on it. Most of it is blank because I haven't lived it yet. And here on the side is again a description for all the icons I've used.